Hi guys, welcome to another video on the Jaguar E type. As mentioned in the last one, this video is going to be all about metalwork, and we do some dry build as well, just to make sure that all of the bits and pieces on this fit properly. So yeah, check it out. Okay, so I've been busy cutting away the wheel arch, just giving us a bit better access to these areas. I've cut away this outer sill, got some repair work to do in here before that goes back on. Spent some time cleaning up all this undersill. You don't want to see a video of that, so I thought I'd just get it done. But yeah, just melted it away, scraped it, and then gave it a good clean with some thinners so I can see the spot weld. So we'll replace this full panel here. Now we've got the panels to replace this full inner tub, but I think that's going to be a huge amount of work. And because it's just the lip really that needs repairing, I think I'll do the same as I've done before and just cut through here and join in a new section. Likewise with the sill, because it's all pretty solid in here, I'm just going to repair this back end of the sill once I've repaired this bottom bit here. And then in here, same again. So this is all one panel. It actually forms this panel up to here. So I think I'm just going to repair this section around here. Once I've got all of those repairs done, I can think about putting the outer wheel arch on. So next step, I'm going to clean up all of our edges, remove this panel and just get all the flanges nice and clean. And then we can start making some repairs. So that is all of the rot cut out of the sill strengthener and inner sill, and that's now ready to repair. The inner sill repaired, I can now measure up to make the repairs for the sill strengthener. To make these repairs as simple as possible, so I've made this in two sections with a flat piece of sheet folded up. Okay, so that's the inner sill in here repaired, and then this strengthening section repaired too. I can now think about offering the sill up and maybe welding this in, but I don't think I'm going to weld that in until I've mocked up the wheel arch. So I've trimmed up the inner wheel arch repair panel to the size I need, and I'm just laying it over so I can scribe a line to cut. Well, that is the wheel arch inner lip all repaired. I can now grind it down and work my way around to the other repairs. Okay, so I've now got the back edge of the sill mocked up, inner wheel arch closure panel, outer arch is all screwed on as well, and we've marked it up. So that is now ready to all come back off, be trimmed back and prepped for welding, which will just leave the bottom of this rear corner. You can see all of theirs repaired as well. So yeah, I'm now going to take it all off, prep all the edges, get some weld through primer on there, and we can weld it all together. Okay, with all of those repairs made, I can now give the inside a good coat of paint and some weld through primer, and then move my attention onto the outer sill. Well, once again, all of this inner metal work gets a nice coat of paint and some weld through primer so we can weld on the outer wheel arch. The next thing I need to do is repair the rear corner. This is a simple L-shaped piece that then I use the shrinker to put some shape into, and as you can see I'm using my profile gauge to make sure it's the correct shape. Okay, so that repair piece is now all tacked in. I've drilled holes so I can plug weld it to the inner piece. I've got a little bit of trimming to do, but that is now ready to weld in. Well, there we go. That is this side all solid now. We've repaired it all in here. New panel in here. Obviously we've made some repairs behind the sill and the outer sill is now repaired. We've stitch welded along here. This will then get lead loaded, so I need to do that next. wheel arch all welded in. This all gets leaded again as well, so I need to do that. And then underneath here all repaired as well. So yeah, that's this side done apart from the lead loading. So I now need to do exactly the same on the other side. Okay, so I've got a lot of that chopped out now. We've burnt the lead out at the back. Obviously there was lead in here that we've burnt out. It's exactly the same as the other side. So we've got a little bit of grot down here on the inner sill. And the strengthener in here, so I'm going to cut that out, repair behind, and then repair this section. The wheel arch lip, it's not as bad as the other side, but we've got a section here and then a section here, well, that section of this inner wheel arch tub. I think the only bit that it would end up keeping is like that 12 inches there, so I think I'm just going to repair it exactly the same as I did the other side. Even though it's not quite as bad, it's going to end up being the same repair. And then same with the back and in here as well. So it's absolutely identical. Oh, hello Diesel. It's absolutely identical to the other side in terms of repairs. So I'm not going to show you guys all of that. I'll show you sort of sections of where we've repaired it along the way, but I'll just be showing you the same footage otherwise. So yeah, let's get it done. So it had a hole in exactly the same place on the inner sill, so I've repaired that. But the sill strengthener wasn't quite as bad as the other side, so that was just a little repair at the bottom. Once that was done, I painted it all up, got it prepped for the outer sill and the sill closure panel, which is now welded in here and here. And then once that was done, I could turn my attention to the wheel arch lip. Once again, exactly the same as the other side, and I put the whole lip in all the way along. So with all of that welding ground down and all the tub cleaned up, that just leaves the back edge of the tub before then putting on the outer panels. Okay, so that is now all of this inner wheel arch repaired. All the closures are done, seals finished. So the next thing to do is to paint all of this up and give it some protection. And then I can put the outer wheel arch on and the bottom of this corner as well. And then it'll be over to Chris to do the prep work. You may wonder why we're putting the car together here, but it's really important to do a dry build. At this stage, we're making sure that all of the holes are drilled in the right places, or any holes that we don't want are welded up, and also that everything fits properly. At this stage, we can make some adjustments, but it's really difficult to do that once the car is painted and we risk damage and having to repaint it. Unfortunately, I've run out of time this week to get all of this done, so this will now roll into the next video. So yeah, in the next one, we'll finish off this wheel arch, we'll get some more dry build done, we'll get some good footage of that, and yeah, we'll crack on with the bodywork. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button, chuck a comment in as well. Always enjoy seeing what you guys have got to say, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.